following presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.
We are back. Let's talk futures with Gavin Holmes, trade guider, my good friend. How are you, Gavin?
Extremely well. Here in the New Forest National Park, which is in the south of England, opposite the Isle of Wight. As you well know, because I entertained your son and his girlfriend here. We have a problem with pigs, donkeys, and horses. We don't have problems with head and shoulders, which I know that you have a problem with. So don't worry about it. I will solve that problem for you today, where you don't understand the head and shoulders. So, but if you've got a problem with donkeys or pigs, I'm your man.
There you go. No, I appreciate you, man. And, the reports that I received from your generous hosting of the young ones was just spectacular. The New Forest, I've got to get there. I've got to see what it's like.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. You're in and I said to Tom as well, come over. I mean, we've got a farmhouse that was built in the 17th century here, and we've got outhouses which can sleep up to 10 people. So, yeah, the invite's there. Just, get on the plane.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to work on that. Gavin, so you've been with Trade Guider for a long period of time. Let's just do a brief history. We're talking a couple decades, right?
Yeah, 24 years.
24 years, right? I mean, this is your baby. You started this thing. You're still going through it. It's a testament to how powerful these tools could be. There's a lot of people have come and gone, but Gavin Holmes is still here.
I didn't start it, actually. I wish I could claim to that particular claim to fame, but no, it was Tom Williams, who I know you've met Tom, who passed away while I was with him, unfortunately, in 2016, who developed a piece of software based on the Wyckoff method, which I'm about to, we've got it plugged into NinjaTrader, and it measures supply and demand and the imbalances of the supply and demand. But I didn't start it. I mean, we brought the software from Tom. So the company's actually yesterday 35 years old, which is a wonderful thing to get through. And, it's not an easy business, as you well know. People come and go, and, there's all sorts of different strategies. But you've been talking about some charts today, and I've been listening to you both, Tom and yourself, and I respect you both massively. And I want to show you some things that I think will, based on VSA, will help you. Now, volume spread analysis, very simply, I don't want it, because we've only got half an hour. We've got to keep it to the time. I'll send everyone to our YouTube channel, where I just uploaded a video yesterday of what happened in the British pound when Rishi Sunak, our Prime Minister, spoke. What happened? We're going to see what happened in gold right now. Very interesting.
All right, let's do it. Now, again, real quickly, volume spread analysis. Give us just a brief definition of that before we get here.
Okay. So my book is called Trading in the Shadow of the Smart Money. And Tom Williams' original book is Master the Markets, or The Undeclared Secrets That Drive the Stock Market. He was a syndicate trader who worked in California, Beverly Hills, actually, and ran, he didn't run it, he was working for the syndicate charting. So we're a charting software company, but what is volume spread analysis? Keep it simple. We look at the three universal laws that drive price: supply and demand, cause and effect, effort versus result. Three. The fourth one is what I'm writing my third book about, which is about to be published on Amazon. It's called The Law of Attraction. It's belief. Okay, understanding what you're doing, I suppose, is the easiest way to describe it. So you've got a structure, you've got a system, you've got a strategy, and you execute because you believe in that strategy, because in the past it's making you successful. If you're losing money, by the way, and I'll just caution you all, trading is not always easy, as Tom Williams wrote in his book. And if anyone out there says to you, oh, this is so an easy way to make money, it's definitely not. But can you understand what the market is telling you? I'll prove to you today, you definitely can.
So Gavin, I'm intrigued with the belief part, right? In the quote, John Mayer, belief is a beautiful armor. It makes for the heaviest sword. So you're adding this like fourth pillar now.
I suppose from my own experience, because at the end of the day, I've been doing this for a long time. I was an ex-police officer, you know that.
Yeah.
And I've seen some horrible things, and we see on the TV some horrible things, right? But in our own individual life, we can see beautiful things if we want to, like a pig running around my garden. Beautiful thing. So, maybe not. But the point is, if you've got, and I'm teaching in my mentorship course at the moment, a pilot from United Airlines, right? And I showed him what we've got in NinjaTrader, and it's called Smart Center Pro, which is what I'm using. And many of you will know I run an asset management division out of Gibraltar. Now, when I taught him, as I said, look, I said, when you go on an aeroplane, you don't just jump in. In fact, Tom, in the previous conversation that we did, said, well, I fly aircraft. You don't just jump in the aircraft and take off. You do all your checklists, right? You don't just jump in. You do the checklist, you get in and then you get the cockpit, you switch that on, you check the fuel, you do that. In trading, as I'm about to show you, it's no different. If you do it right, you can make it in the market.
All right. Well, let's talk about Richie Sunak and gold.
Okay. So forget Richie Sunak, forget politicians, forget Donald Trump, and forget all of that, because I don't bother. My whole story is that the chart doesn't lie. So we can all see the 5-minute chart of gold, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll start. This is NinjaTrader. I've got 2 pieces of software on here that are overlaid. One is what we call the Smart Center Pro technology, or VSA. And the other one is called SMI, which is Smart Money Indicator from Tirunagapan. I nearly said Rishi Sunak then. That would have been a bit of a problem, wouldn't it? I'd have been sued for that. But it's Tirunagapan. And here we can see hidden selling. Okay. And this is going back this morning. Now, as I was listening, I thought, what I'll do is I'll play this forward and show you some of the key principles that drive the market. Now, that is a key one. Here, down here, I saw in NinjaTrader one of my favorite indicators. Now, I want you to all look at the volume, because that's what we use here at Trade Guider. We're based on the Wyckoff method, okay, the method that was taught over 100 years ago. What we observe on that volume is it's massive. I call it affectionately Yao Ming volume, ultra high, very high volume, closed in the middle. But that's just the start. And I heard Tom and Cags talk about accumulation or distribution. Well, accumulation happens on down moves like this. Has to. So I'm waiting for testing of that volume. So we get 2 volume bars. This is a 5-minute chart in NinjaTrader, NinjaTrader 8, which we plug into. Now, what is quite interesting here, and I'm just going to move this down, is I'm going to show you now our Smart Center technology. Now, this is a scanner, and it shows me where the accumulation and distribution, and I can see right now on a 1-minute chart, which I'll go to, there's a potential short trade setting up. And this is not, I hate to use the word AI, which has been used before, artificial intelligence. This is something that's been around for a while, but this is much cleverer, because you can make the choice. And I believe as a trader, you should. Now, what I can see here is multiple time frame analysis, which is what I want to talk to you about today. And then I'm going to show you something that's important, which is called support and resistance areas. And you combine the two, you get a better probability, not the best, but the better probability of making a decision. Because what is this we're offering you? What does NinjaTrader offer you? Decision support. No one's telling you to buy, and you be very cautious of that. No one's telling you to sell. Be very cautious of that. Always make your own decision and make sure you're fully aware of what the system you're using contributes to your trading strategy, whatever that may be. Now, I know I'm going to get lots of people saying to me, well, does this work in stocks? Does this work in futures? Does this work in crypto? Yes. End of story. Yes. You want to find out more? It's youtube.com/trade guider. Simple as that. Just go and look. There's enough information there for you to get. Now, we're going to talk about what's going on in gold. So the 1 minute chart has turned whilst Cags and Tom were talking. And here I've got the 6E, which is flashing on a small time frame. So this time, instead of using the bigger time frames, I've got the smaller time frames. It's telling me the euro's going up. Let's go and look. Let's prove the point. So first and foremost, we've got buying in gold down here on the high volume. As we move forward, we can see the testing. And the test is a Wyckoff principle that I haven't invented. No one's invented it. It's been here for years, over 100, telling us that the market tests itself. And then here we've got one. And then over here was my favorite indicator, the test. And then now, on this 5 minute chart, we have a sign of weakness. Okay. Now, I'll explain it to you. And these things here, we haven't got time to explain. But what we do see up at the top is what we call the SMI indicator. Now, the market's falling. Why? What's going on? Okay. And I know Tom was quite right in saying it could be exhausted here. Go to the 1 minute chart, which is what I'll do, using the VSA technology. And up here, right at the top, is the very same indicator that I described to you all yesterday in the YouTube video. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Okay, because it happened in the British pound. And it was confirmed here, just as Tom and Jim were talking. We had another one here, the upthrust, and another one here. Okay, and this is why the market's falling. But look at these two little dots. Now, this is what I want to talk about today. This is support resistance. That's resistance. This market is going down the toilet. How can I possibly know this? How can I possibly know it's going to break these lows? I can't, can I? Because then I'll be predictive. So instead of saying that, I watch each bar and say, actually, the market is like a snake, which it is. And I watched Steve Irwin yesterday, the late Steve Irwin. I was a great fan of his. And he took a snake out of a bag and he said, this snake won't go vertical. It won't go that way. It will go sideways. That's exactly what you see in the markets. This won't go straight up or straight down. It will probably come back up to where the resistance area is here. Probably. The word probability is very, very interesting. Because I watched a program again on Discovery Channel about probability. They said, well, the probability of you getting run over by a car if you cross the road is X. But if you were driving a scooter or a whatever they call it, a mobility scooter, it doubles based on statistics. Now, we must expect that this market that's already been sold off up here will start to go sideways. Has to. It's not going to immediately go, because what happens with distribution, it happens on these bars. Now, look at the volume as it goes up. We must observe the volume, because if that volume was all buying, the market wouldn't be down here, would it? And the next price bar would not close lower. It would close up. This is logical. This is very logical. Now, whilst this is moving, and it will move, and I know we're limited for time, I'm just conscious of that, I'm going to show you the euro. Okay. Different story, different timeframes, different strategy. All available from our website, or you can email tradeguider@outlook.com. I'll send you the strategy. It's definitely showing me on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute chart that the market's moving higher based on these blocks. Okay. And we've just had here live. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. The test. So I'll go straight to the euro, which is a futures contract. I like to trade the euro. Okay. And I know a couple of you asked me, you know, why do you like to use the NinjaTrader platform? It's very straightforward. It's easy to use, right? It's not difficult. So now we will go to the euro and we can see exactly what's going on. Okay. It's very straightforward. Okay. It's a 5 minute chart. If we go to the 1 minute chart, which is where the alert came in.
Sign of strength has arrived.
Okay, we can see it. It's all alerted to. And you've just had another.
And Gavin, that's that's color coded, right? So it helps visualize the strength of the move.
Correct. 100%. You got to look down here as well. The way this is, there's the serious resistance line, which it hit. Okay. This is now telling us there's a test. But, you know, we can see this massive volume up move was tested. And this is a very important principle in the volume spread analysis method, which is showing us tests. Now, again, you've got to look at timeframes. You know, that's a 1 minute chart. Was there a test before the blow off? Yeah, sure there was. Okay. But would you have known there's no supply? What happens is if the market's collapsing and the volume is diminishing, which you can clearly see, there's no selling pressure. It doesn't exist. So there has to be an upward move. When I say have to, it doesn't always happen, but you can see it now happening now. We'll see. Okay, because the best way, Jim, you know, and Tom knows this, is to show live charts, right? I could show PowerPoints of all the things that happened in the past and all of that. Does it mean the market's going to go vertical? No. We've already had a lot of volume here. So I would suspect there would be a retest of this area. But if you understand supply and demand, cause and effect, effort versus result, you can time your trade much better. And with the system that we've got that we programmed into NinjaTrader, which we call Smart Center Pro, you'll see it. Is this red indicator? Someone would say, oh, there's a red indicator. Is that wrong? Because it's not wrong. It's going to show a little bit of selling against the buying. It's called supply versus demand. It's not wrong.
So Gavin, if I'm looking at the last 5 volume bars, it looks like volume's going down a little bit, but not dramatically. So does that suggest a downward price move or no?
No, there's no change in behavior, is there? There's none. I mean, everything's green. Green, green, support down here, green again. Just another indicator, strength coming in. It's going up. There's no reason for this not to make a new high. Having said it, again, with trading, as you know, you take a trade based on the evidence. You have got a lot. This is what I call, and I'm doing a mentorship course next week. It's called absorption. It's absorption volume. And what happens here? What has to happen here? If you're not long, let's say you're not long now, and you're going, okay, I want to get long. You wait for it to go up above 0.7350, okay, and watch. And this is live. I mean, I can't do this in hindsight, can I? And then it breaks.
So in other words, though, you would buy a new high if that happened.
Exactly, you would, because you've got all the strength in the background. That's absorption volume. Okay. Now you've just had a confirmation signal, strength coming in. These aren't wrong. 7350. Okay. Now, if it breaks through there, some people would have taken the trade much. Some of our customers would have taken this trade much lower. The people on my mentorship course would have. But again, it's all conjecture, because you say, well, what if? What did you know when that happened that was going to happen? You don't know. You don't know. You're knowing that hopefully that there's some news coming out, which there was, but ultimately you look for the principles. And now all I'm going to do is put up Smart Center and watch. Simple as that.
So, hey, Gavin, quick question. So when you see these multiple time frames that's color coded, does that also give you an idea for trade duration or no?
No. Okay. No. I don't set a profit target ever, because you don't know how long it's going to go on for. You know, you just simply don't know. And so what I've seen with many of the traders that I've been mentoring, they've set a profit target, hit the target, taken their profit, and it goes up another 500 ticks or pips, whatever it is. I see it all the time. Tom Williams and I, when we were trading, and of course you know Tom, when he was alive, he would say, Gav, the market will go on a lot longer than you think it will. It will. So if it's trending, it will trend. If it's going up, it will go up a lot. Look at the new highs we've just made in the markets. But for the last 2 years, all I've heard from every single email person emailing me saying the market's collapsing, market's collapsing, market's collapsing. I'm like, it's not. That's an alert. Now that is interesting, because you talked about those things earlier, about the ways that NinjaTrader can alert you to various things. That just came in on gold. Okay, which is quite interesting. Now, the alerts I set are based on certain principles, and the clear principles are, number one, ultra high volume, give me an alert. Low volume into the same area, give me an alert. Move up through the old high, give me an alert. Support, if these indicators down the bottom here, which are way away from the right edge of the chart at the moment, they will relearn themselves. And if they jump up, that is going to, and that's what they're based on. They're based on trend channels and trend lines. And there's a great book that I recommend to you all. It's called Sticky Stock Charts, STIKKY, Sticky Stock Charts by Lawrence Holt. Now, I don't need to use trend lines anymore, because our software does it automatically and it projects them out. But we're on a 1 minute chart. You go to a much bigger time frame, you start to see it. But notice now what's happening. The market's gone sideways. It's not dropping, and everything's turned green. And over here on the 2 minute chart, a test. Here, no supply. Okay. Here, 5 minute chart, a test. The market's not moved yet. It will show me its direction. Well, we won't have time to show it here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Then I can decide what we want to do. I can see, quite frankly, that it's quite clear that the strength is in the background, because down here and here, where we had the no supply, we've got it. But does it mean it's going to break this top? Not yet. No. And gold, that's the other one I'm going to finish on, because we've got 4 minutes, so I'm conscious of that. Gold has fallen further. This is a 1 minute chart, and the alert that you heard earlier was here. So you've got everything here that's showing you why gold's going to fall. And that's why I think we'll see here. Let me just put that up. I'm just going to put the scanner on. Bear with me. Okay. So we'll put the gold scanner. Now you can see here, we've got the no demand bar. All right. Now, this will cause the price to fall. Has to. And if we put the 2 minute chart on, we can put any time frame on. But we'll put up a 2 minute chart, because that's the little bell that you heard. and that's no demand. After weakness. As clear as I can be. So here, you've got the upthrust, which is a signal. You've got no demand there, and then you've just had that alert. It came in on the 1 minute as well, and that's why gold's falling. Okay, and all this is, it's all programmed into the NinjaTrader platform, NinjaTrader 8. I've worked with Tom, yeah. Go on.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Gavin. So no demand simply means there's no buyers.
No, it doesn't mean there's no buyers. It means there's no demand. There is buyers in there. Has to be. That's the confusion. That's a great question, actually, because if there was no buyers, the market would just collapse. It doesn't do that. No, there are buyers and sellers interacting, but the volume is telling me that there are more sellers, or there's no interest, rather, sorry, because of what's happened here with the upthrust. And that's why the price is falling, because what you've got here is a classic scenario that I've traded for years, where the market is trying to rally into an area of weakness. And you can see everything's turned red in our system, in your system, in Ninja, actually, which I like. And this is live, so you can't make it up. You can't go back in hindsight. This is why it's falling. Has to be correct. And it's because no demand means there's still some buyers interacting in there because the price went up, but the price closed on the lower of the bar, next bar down. Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. And then all these little, Gavin, all these, just to let people know. So we're seeing these pop-up windows pop up when you click on something, right? And that's programmed throughout the software. Correct.
So we work with NinjaTrader predominantly as our preferred. That's what we use for our fund. These dialogue boxes were written by the late Tom Williams and then improved upon by a fund manager here in the UK called Philip Friston, who massively improved on them. They describe to you what's going on so you can learn how to read the chart. We're not giving you a buy and sell signal system, although having said it, you look in hindsight and say, well, if I'd shorted up there, I'd be making money. Of course you could, but I don't do that. This is what we're about, is mentorship, support, working with great companies like NinjaTrader, and providing information, really, about what I talked about earlier: supply and demand, cause and effect, effort versus result, and your structure, your belief system, which is why I'm doing my mentorship courses again. I gave up doing them a year ago, and I've had to start doing them again. People like it. And I'm working with quite a lot of institutions at the moment, and it's interesting. I'm going out to Switzerland and then to Sweden to talk to some very big institutions about this software. Why? Because it works. Look, this is live. Okay, if you understand these principles, no demand after an upthrust, you'll get it. And do use NinjaTrader. I tell you what, a lot of you who are logging in or watching this video will know that I've been recommending NinjaTrader now for some time, and they're a very good company. They've been really supportive of our business, and I thank Jim and Tom for helping us, and to Tiru as well. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, so we started the segment a little bit late, so we actually have a little bit less than 2 minutes left. So I'm going to ask the fellows at Mission Control to cut and paste the Amazon link for, and I'm not a reseller or anything like that, Trading in the Shadow of Smart Money. This was, I think, published in 2011. Great read. If you guys can cut and paste that link into both the chats, that'd be super cool. Appreciate that. Number one. And then you mentioned, Gavin, your YouTube channel is a place to go to get more info.
I'm going to post a video shortly as well. So it's basically simple. It's www.youtube.com/TradeGuider. Really easy. And go to the video tabs. So there's a section on there that says videos. Click on that, and when you click on that link, you'll see the latest videos that I've done. Yeah, and I'm going to do another one on this because I'm going to keep trading it. So yeah, definitely. Good.
Yeah, and anybody wants to get a hold of Gavin, simply send me an email, learn, LEARN @tradeguider.com. I'll put you guys together. It's really that simple.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I've kept it on time.
Yeah, no, I know.
I like to talk, but
but you have a lot of information. You have a lot of good information to provide. So we're going to definitely get you back on. I'm going to send you a whole bunch of hopefully dates that are work with your calendar to get you coming back here on the show.
Lovely. Okay, and I think Tiru's coming on, isn't he, next week? Or...
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Good. All right.
So,
well, we thank everyone at NinjaTrader, and looking forward to coming out to America. We're going to do an event. We're not sure where yet, but I'm definitely going to Saudi Arabia for those of you that are going to be in Dammam. Looking forward to meeting you all. So that's going to be an experience. Yep. All right, Jim, I'll hand back over to you, and thank you all for your time.
Thanks, Gavin.
All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.